Hey, for science, I wanted us to talk about another kind of bird. We talked about robins and we talked about cardinals, or I guess I read you a book and gave you some videos to watch about them that we probably would have watched in class. Today I thought it would be good to talk about bald eagles. And remember when we did history at the beginning of the year, we talked about American symbols, and a bald eagle is a symbol for America. So, of course, I wanted to talk about bald eagles, and I couldn't find a book anywhere in the school about bald eagles. So, I think I might have to look for some bald eagle books to have at school next year because we need some books. So, what I ended up doing is I actually went online and I found some information about bald eagles. It's not a storybook, but I wanted to read some stuff to you about bald eagles. Okay, it says, a bald eagle's white head may look bald, but actually the name comes from an old English word. And I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. It's bald, but with the E at the end of it. And I think on some of the videos that I have for you to watch, it'll say how you say it. Balde or baldy, or bald, I'm not sure. I'll have to watch the video again. But that old English word means white. These graceful birds have been the national symbol of the United States since 1782. So it's a carnivore, which means it eats meat. It doesn't eat plants. Herbivore would be an animal that eats plants, but a carnivore eats meat. They can live up to 28 years, so they can live to be pretty old. And actually, one video I was looking at, the bald eagle was 32, I think it said. So sometimes they live older than 28 years. They can, let's see, their bodies can be 34 to 43 inches tall, and their wingspan, which means here's my bird. So from the very tip of the feather to the other tip of the feather, so all the way across, that's the wingspan. And that can be 6 to 8 feet. So I want you to try to figure out in your house how far 6 feet is. And that could be how far the eagle's wings go. You can't see all of my fingertips, but that would be 6 feet. Oh my goodness, that's pretty big. And then they weigh 6.5 to 14 pounds. So they're kind of heavy. They're big birds. Bald eagles were on the brink or close to extinction because of hunting and pollution. But laws created almost 40 years ago have helped protect them, and they've made a comeback. So now we have more. And I always thought bald eagles were so cool. And where I grew up in California, I hardly ever saw a bald eagle. I don't even know if I did. But I love living here in Wisconsin where we actually get to see bald eagles sometimes. And I went kayaking on a lake a couple weeks ago, and a bald eagle was flying over us, and it was so cool. Okay, let me keep reading. Female bald eagles, so the girls, are a bit bigger than the males. Their bodies can be 3 feet long, and their wingspan 8 feet across. I already told you that. That's about the distance from the floor to the ceiling. Oh, that's a good example. I think the floor to the ceiling in the classroom is a little bit higher, but like in your house, it might be 8 feet high. So, that just seems so big. Oh my goodness. Eagles' nests are called eyries. Bald eagles build their nests at the top of tall trees so the eggs will be safe. Some parents come back year after year to the same nest, adding more sticks and twigs and grass each time. Babies are called, do you know what the baby eagles are called? Eaglets. Are born light gray and then turn brown. When they're 4 or 5 years old, so 4 or 5 years, they develop their normal white head and tail. So when they're like 1-year-old and 2-year-old and 3-year-old, they are all brown still, but once they get 4 or 5 years old, that's when they get their bald, it's not really bald, but white head. Cool. In the wild, they can live to be up to 35 years old or more. So I don't know why up at top of what I was reading said 28 years and down here it's saying 35 years. They're kind of mixing up their information, but 35 years, that's a long time for a bird. Bald eagles can soar over 10,000 feet high, and their great eyesight lets them see fish up to a mile away. Wow. When they attack, they drop down at up to 100 miles an hour. Then they glide just above the water, snag a fish with their feet, and fly off to eat it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so they have a couple pictures on here. So I showed you that first one. But here's that first one again. There's the bald eagle. Let's see, what do I have to push? Oh, there we go. There's one up in a tree. Ooh, look at that. And then they live in North America. So there's North America, where we are. So I have a couple other videos linked in the description of this video that you can watch if you want to learn a little bit more and see more videos. This isn't, well, videos of bald eagles. Sorry, I'm saying weird things. But, and then I think one of them is a Wild Kratts, which it only talks a little bit about the bald eagle, but you get to see a little bit about the bald eagle and about bears and fish. So it's a little mixture of a couple things. Another thing you could look up, have mom and dad look up on YouTube, is there are a lot of people have video cameras on eagles' nests, or eyries, isn't that what I said they were called? And you can actually watch the eagles in their nest. Like sometimes you can watch it live, so you can see the babies inside the nest, and sometimes you can, if you catch it at the right time, you can watch the moms and dads feeding the babies fish and other animals. So it can be kind of gross, but it's kind of cool. I was watching one earlier, so if mom and dad say that's okay, have them look up a live cam. It's called a live cam of an eagle nest and see what you can find. So I hope you guys enjoy learning a little bit more about bald eagles, and maybe you live in a place where you see them around your house sometimes, which is pretty cool. I live here in Coleman and I don't see them, but that's okay. It's still fun to go out into the country farther and see them. So have a good day. Bye.